giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Rakadash, the Wam to the L's of GMS, also salutations. So I came out there that's pushing this truth, and also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. And a quick lesson, man. Something we used to go into all the time, and it's about time to, start, getting on this topic more, is about, these concentration camps that they have set up around America, all right, where U.S. citizens is going to be detained, tortured, or processed, or also killed, all right. They probably got guillotines in them, all right, or they might use the firing squad. Hell, they might hang you, because that's something else that they're bringing back that's in the law, firing squads and, public hangings and, things in that nature. So let's play this video real quick.
But I don't think they are, all right? I don't think they are. I think it's about to go down, y'all, for real. People ain't got money for Christmas. These are all set up. Look at all the cameras, everything. These are gonna be classification centers. Look, they hardly got, I know, that's the garden center, but it's all cleared out pretty much in there. I've been telling y'all,
look, and when you look at it, right? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go back and play it. Though, man, that look like a prison. It looks like a fucking prison, man. All right, let's go back and watch that again.
I know what everybody's gonna say, all right, or some people, that these are all for Christmas, okay? But I don't think they are, all right? I don't think they are. I think it's about to go down, y'all, for real. People ain't got money for Christmas. These are all set up. Look at all the cameras, everything. These are gonna be classification centers. Look, they hardly got, I know, that's the garden center, but it's all cleared out pretty much in there. I've been telling y'all, wolves in sheep's clothing, all right? And listen, man, I feel it in my bones. It's about to go down. I told y'all about dynamic or kinetic architecture, where they can flip it, turn it into something else real quick. You see?
Right, so basically, this stuff have already been in the plan. They built these Walmarts and different stores in different areas, all right, to later on turn into concentration camps. Now, some I was thinking about with this thing, with the food stamps everybody been talking about, and everybody kept naming Walmart. All right, we're gonna go on Walmart and go in there and take stuff. But how about this? You fuck around going at Walmart and they mess around and don't let you out. You fuck around being a goddamn camp, man. All right, hey, we in those times, man. This is not far-fetched. Matter of fact, this is the truth right here, man. The cat is out the bag, man. It's just, these people, they really don't know what's going on. They think Trump is just doing things, without a purpose. No, man, it's a plan, man. The scripture speaks about the devices of the wicked, man. What's that scripture? The workers of the workers of iniquity. It says in the book of Thessalonians, then shall the men of sin be revealed, man. So y'all gonna find out, all right, what this devil is all about, man. Let's finish this video.
See these notched out places, all right? Notch those out. I mean, this is gonna be like lines. This is gonna be like classification centers. And in the smaller cities, the rural areas, Dollar Generals popping up everywhere. This is another example, all right? They build these notches in there. There's an awning, there's these notches for what? Man, I've been to prison. I know what classification centers look like, all right? They can flip that into one so quick, so quick. It's got a kitchen. It's got a chow hall, medical, everything. Everything. They got everything right here. And I believe underground tunnels, and they all have an American flag, like a military base. And they've recently redid the lighting. They use that as a form of psychological torture. They even use the colors that they use for a certain reason, because it does certain things to your mind. It's never dark. They may turn a few lights off at night, but there's always floodlights on, so it never gets dark. So they disturb your sleep. They disturb everything. I'm telling you, it hit me hard last night. I mean, bam! I was like, ooh. And listen, man, I'm here right now, getting a few last minute things. There's no windows in Walmart's, nothing. All right. Listen, man, y'all please be ready, okay? And these big, huge warehouses that they built over the past 5 years, huge, sitting off the highway empty.
You see, I'm gonna grab a. Oh, he did. He made a statement. He mentioned dynamic and kinetic architecture. So I went and looked it up. Was that what we do? We look up stuff. It says dynamic or kinetic architecture is a field of design in which parts of a building, such as walls, roofs, entire floors, are capable or controlled motion. The movement can be rotational, transitional, sliding or shifting, folding, expanding, or retracting, like mechanical pedals or panels. Then it says adaptability. Structures adjust to weather, light, or means to occupy, but occupancy. All right, I think I'm gonna put it like that. All right, because I know I'm probably pronounced it wrong. All right. Says sun shading panels and open and close. Energy efficient interactivity. Innovation in materials engineering often uses hydraulics, robots, shape memory alloys, right? Then it says examples. Dynamic Tower, the Da Vinci Tower, Dubai, designed by David Fisher. Each floor can rotate immediately, allowing the tower shape to consistently change. Well, basically, in so many words, all right, those buildings can be used for multiple reasons, all right? One day it can be, you can be getting your groceries. The next day you can be in the chip line, all right? Just like that, man. Same thing. Then it says, let's go to transformer structure. Buildings that change the form for different uses. You see? That's what I was just saying. Multiple agriculture, entire structures that can relocate and reconfigure, right? And that's what some of these buildings or some of these stores are going to be used for in these last days, man. So let's grab a scripture, because this scripture was in my head. And that's why a lot of you people are going to go or end up, when all hell break out, they're going to take you to these places. Second Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh. One people shall stand and one people shall stand up and fight against one another, and swords in their hands, and there shall be sedition among men, evading one another, right? So either, all right, you're going to comply or die in these last days, all right? It says they should not regard their kings nor princes, or the course of their actions shall stand in power, which means what? They ain't going to care, And you can already see that, all right? Like I was saying, the No Kings protest, that shit was one It's going to be another protest, and one of these protests, it's going to end up getting violent, okay? And it's probably not going to be the citizens' fault, but it's going to be what? Those Asian provocateurs, or the military might just start tear gassing people, It says, a man shall desire to go in the city and shall not be able. That's why you're going to have checkpoints. And then guess what? You might not want to go into that city because you know the city is dangerous. That's where the pestilence is going to be at. That's where the violence is going to be at. You know? So the city, that's really the wrong spot to be at when all this shit jump off. You know? It says, because, matter of fact, the 16th chapter, the next chapter, speaks about basically people living in the bushes, you know, eating off the trees. Living in the bush, man. Right? And this is the scripture that kept popping in my head right here, verse 18. For because of pride, the cities shall be troubled. So the cities are going to be troubled, man. You know, it's not going to be a good place to be at. And guess what? Guess what in Walmart say? In the cities. And houses shall be destroyed, and man shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. Let's go to the 16th chapter. Get that scripture, I'll quote it. All right? Because the ones that don't go into concentration camps, this is going to be your future. Start from 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. The dead shall be cast out as dung, and there should be no man to comfort them. The earth shall be wasted, and cities shall be cast down. All right, which means all hell is going to be all hell is going to break out, you know. Or like it says, what's that? Isaiah 24 says the gate shall be smitten with destruction. All right. Oh, you're not going to have nobody to cut the grass. All right. Fill the grocery shelves back with hell. The grocery store might be a concentration camp. Okay. Your neighbor, you won't see your neighbor. The neighbor you get up and you say good morning to, whatever, you won't see him. He might be dead in that house or in the camp. Got to keep saying in the camp. It says, there shall be no man left to till the earth to sow. The trees shall give fruit, who shall gather them. The grapes shall ripen, who shall tread them. All the places shall be desolate of man. Because why are you going to be in a camp? All right. Or you're going to be running, trying not to be put in the camp. It says, so that one man shall desire to see one another, to hear his voice. For of a city there should be 10 left, and 2 of the field. Because why? Hey, those camps, man. So they plan on taking over all these big cities, man. Okay? And if you don't got the chip and you haven't been classified or reprogrammed, those different things, man, you're going to be there. And you people, you know, you post stuff on the internet and, you know, and the people that got a problem with the government, hey, they know who at those protests, man. They going to kill you. They going to kill you. If they can't reprogram you, or if you don't listen to them, all right, however you want to have, they're going to kill you. Okay? Scripture, this same chapter speaks about great tribulation. It says, for of a city there should be 10 left, 2 of a field, which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, in the clefts of the rocks, right? As in the orchard of olives, upon every tree there should be 3 or 4 olives, as when a vineyard is gathered, and there are some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard. In those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search houses with the sword, right? Whether it's troops or a pack of, you know, regular man, you know, looking for food and stuff, you know. And the earth shall be laid waste, the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, which means what? Nobody will be able to take care of the city, because no man travel there through. Because either, right, they're gonna have you on a curfew, strict curfews, or you're gonna be in those camps, man. And another thing, I jump back up to 28. It says, hide themselves in the groves or in the clefts of the rock. Another reason why people are gonna have to hide in the clefts of the rock is because of them drones too, man. The people that don't catch them, they gonna have those drones, man. Searching the woods, searching the cities. So you're gonna have to go somewhere way out, far from the city. Okay. Let's jump. All right, what do I want? Let's jump down. Okay, yeah, let's jump down. It says, verse 68, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, right? Another way how they're gonna feed you is what? You being reclassified, right? Them brainwashing you, or whatever else is gonna take place in those different facilities. Hell, they might be giving out, but besides the chip, they might be giving out some other kind of shot, also torturing you, and with things offered unto idols, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord, and they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Yeah, you're going to cast you out of your house. And where you going to go after you cast out of that house? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you where you're going to go. Revelations 2:10, for none of those things which thou shalt suffer, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, or I'll give thee a crown of life. Yeah, that's where you're going to be put, in one of them Walmarts, man. All right? Or other camp they done had set up, or some kind of military base. You're going to be cast into prison, man. Okay? Jeremiah 15. It's a classic scripture. All the scriptures are classic. Verse 2, it says, shall come to pass, they shall say unto thee, whether we shall go forth, and thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as for death to death, and such as for sword to sword, and such as from famine to the famine, and such as for captivity to the captivity. Right, which you're already in captivity, but they're going to put you in a deeper captivity, which is a camp, right? They're going to shackle you, right? They're going to probably put you on trains, FEMA trains. Remember years ago, right, the thing came out with the FEMA trains and stuff, man. Hey, man, that's what, hey, Yahweh Shai said, look, watch as well as pray, man. You got to pray that Yahweh Shai is with us in these days and he guide us. Matter of fact, let's go back to that in the book of Esdras real quick. Go to those last verses. 73. Then they shall know who are my chosen. They shall be tried as gold in the fire, right? Because this is the trial, all right? He's seeing if you're going to take that mark or not. It says, it says, hear, O ye, my beloved. He's talking about what? His elect. That's what, according to Romans, 11 and 27. It speaks about his elect being what? His beloved. Okay? Hear, O ye, my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for Yahweh is your guide. So look, he gonna guide us through these troublesome times, man, if you wanted to elect. So, hey, keep your head on the swivel. Giving all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of GMS. Also, salutations to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth. And also, shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. Peace.